Welcome to the Brand Theory Podcast, the podcast for helping you uncover your passion, realize your purpose, and take the aligned action. Together, we're going to prove the theory that when we live our lives on brand, the possibilities become limitless. I'm your host, Danielle Marquesi, branding expert and business coach. Let's get started. Welcome back to another episode of the Brand Theory Podcast. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. I just watched The Truman Show. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that, but the main character, Truman, always says that. Good morning, and if I don't see you later, good afternoon and good evening. So I guess that's where that came from. Anyway, I wanted to chat with you guys this morning. It's a Saturday morning where I am. I have the Kardashians on. I woke up late for me. Late now is 8:30. I don't know when you make that switch, or maybe it's just a me thing, but when I was younger in my teenagers, I would sleep till 11, noon, 1 p.m., 2 p.m. My mom would get so mad at me, but that was just what I did. I just loved to sleep. I was a complete night owl. I was always that person leaving my tests and papers, studying until the very last minute because I knew I was just going to be up anyway. So I would just study all night sometimes and go to sleep and get maybe 2-4 hours sleep and just go to school, and it was just normal for me. I was just always that person. I'd come home, maybe nap a little bit, but not usually. I just ran on limited sleep, so my weekends were my sleep time. I slept as long as I possibly could without getting in trouble. But now I am a complete morning person. I love working in the morning. I hate working at night. I am up by between 6 and 7, definitely by 7. I'm working by 8, sometimes even earlier, just depending on what's going on. But I just love the quietness of the morning. I love working in the morning because nobody else is up sometimes, and there's kind of like this unwritten rule of respect of we don't message or reach out, or I don't check my emails really until 9, sometimes 10. So I'm not, my clients aren't in my messages yet. So it's just quiet minds and just quiet space, and you can just get so much creative work done. But also sometimes I use that time to just jump ahead in my day and see what I have going on, and if I can just get bigger tasks done in the morning to make me feel like the rest of the day is just going to run smoothly. So I'm a complete morning person now. So anyway, I digress. It's Saturday. It's 9:45. I don't think I opened my eyes until 8. It was a very long week. And that brings me to the subject I want to be talking about, which is recognizing when you're in a busy season and how to do that from an on-brand place. And this is something I really just thought about this morning as I had some extra sleep. I don't know, it came to me. We, as entrepreneurs, we hear a lot of this talk of drop the hustle, and you can only work, you can normalize working only 4 to 5 hours a day. And guys, I'm here to say that you can absolutely do that. I have done it. I don't believe in the hustle. I don't like the hustle. But that is also not to say that sometimes you'll find yourself in busy seasons. There might just be these things where you just have to put in the extra hours. And I want you to know that that is okay. Without learning those principles of it's okay not to hustle, or normalize not hustling, normalize working only a few hours a day, without learning those principles first and knowing that it's possible, when you feel, for me, when I enter another busy season, knowing that information, I know that it really is truly just a season. I know that when I'm sitting at my laptop for 16 hours a day one day, 12 hours the next, 11 hours the next, and I feel like I'm not sleeping, but I also feel really energized because I'm so excited about the work I'm doing, I know that it is just a season, and I have the tools and the resources and the means to get myself out of that busy season, whether that's just kind of moving through it and enjoying it for what it is, and realizing for what it is, realizing that this is what I've created for myself, to have this opportunity to help my clients with these projects, and to have this opportunity to make my own hours and choose to work longer hours because I'm so excited about these things, or outsourcing to get help to come in to help me efficiently and more faster and with a little bit more sleep complete these projects. I just want to offer that perspective. If this is something that you're going through, or you feel like you're not necessarily getting enough done in a day. You're not checking things off the to-do list that you want, and you're constantly moving things over to the next day. If you feel like you're in this busy season and you want to get out of it, or you want to get back to those dropping the hustle mindset, or you want to get back to working only 6 hours a day instead of 12 if you're doing that right now, just know that you can do that. You have the means to get out of that. I think this happened to me once before. I found myself in a busy season, and just before that I was busy. I don't even like using that word busy, but I was busy in the sense of I was fully booked. I was working with clients, but it was 6 to 8 hours a day, and it felt really good, and I didn't feel overworked. I didn't feel tired, and I had a little bit of a jump. I took on another client, I took on another project. It was a temporary thing, and all of a sudden I was in a busy season, and I was working 12 hours a day, sometimes even longer. I was up till the middle of the night, and in that moment I was saying to myself, this is crazy. Why am I doing this to myself? This is not okay. Why am I doing this to myself? I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I don't feel well. All of the things came up, but it took kind of seeing people around me and having that support system around me to say, no, this is only temporary. This is a season. You can get yourself out of this. And that's what I was saying, where that foundation came in of normalizing that it's okay not to hustle, keeping that, but then not getting down on yourself when you enter a busy season and you feel as if you're hustling a little bit, you're working more than you quote unquote should. I just want to offer this perspective that when you are in a busy season, it is okay to feel like you have to hustle or work a little bit longer, to work a little bit extra, to work on weekends. And it's not necessarily that we are dying to do that. Like, we're not loving working longer hours. Like, for this week example, I probably worked 12 hours Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday was a 16-hour day. Thursday was 13 hours, and yesterday was another 11, I think. But the work that I'm currently doing is so exciting. It's so fun, and it's work that I really love doing. Do I want to be working that long? Absolutely not. And will I continue that? Absolutely not. I can feel my body is tired, my mind is tired. I am sleeping because I'm so tired, but I also, I'm not making my healthy meals. I'm not making time to go out for a walk or to go get some movement in my day. I'm choosing not the best food options. I'm ordering out a lot, which is fine, and I love being able to support local businesses in that. But I know that when I'm in these busy seasons, I have to make sure I am taking care of myself. So first thing to do when you're in a busy season, and how to make this on brand, is definitely make that time to take care of yourself. If you normally have a morning routine that's an hour, I don't care if you have to break it down to 5 minutes. Take that second pause in the morning to reflect on whatever it is that you're doing during the day, to make sure you're entering that busy day, that maybe hectic day, that busy to-do list, that long to-do list. So you're entering that from a good place. I want you to approach your day from that place of, I've got this. Yes, it may be a longer day than I'm used to, but I know that I am putting my best effort into this, my best energy into this. My clients are going to be extremely happy with the work I'm doing. I am extremely happy with the work I'm doing, and I know at the end of this week, I have X, Y, and Z to look forward to. I can sleep till 9 and watch the Kardashians, or I can take a walk with my friend I haven't seen in a month, or I can go hiking with my hiking group. I don't know, whatever you guys like to do. Have something to look forward to. That's a second step. So number one is take that time for yourself before you start your day. I don't care if it's 5 minutes to enjoy your coffee, to do a skincare routine, or to take a shower, anything. Just do something for yourself first before you check your phone, before you check your emails, before you check anything. Do something for yourself. Intentionally think about it and say, this is for myself. I'm filling my cup first so I can show up for my project, for my clients, for my business, for my socials, for my community, that much better. And the second step is have something to look forward to. So that can be something big, something social, some outing with your friends, a trip to the lake with your family, or it could be something so simple as waking up later on a Saturday morning, drinking your coffee in bed, letting the sunshine shine in, reading the book that you've wanted to be reading, or watching the Kardashians, or Selling Sunset, or anything. I just finished Outer Banks this week too, or last week. Anything that brings you that joy, that happiness, or that moment of relaxation and zen that you weren't necessarily able to revel in during that week or that season. Have yourself plan, put it in your calendar, but look forward to it and do it. That's step number 2 of living on brand while you're in your busy season. Step number 3 would definitely be organization. So whatever your form of organization is, or maybe you feel super scattered in how you're handling things right now. So take that time, and I know you're saying, I don't have time to fix my computer files, I don't have time to do this, but if you just take that extra hour, you're already working a little bit longer, right? If you just take 1 more hour to set yourself up to be a little bit organized, to have things more easily accessible, to clean your desktop, and yes, I'm talking to myself here, clean your desktop, Danielle, you have files everywhere, to just organize or clean your office, to clean your bathroom, to clean your shower, to make these spaces feel clean and energized, to set your coffee bar up, to clear a space or put your favorite picture of you and your grandparent or your family or your significant other on your desk, to change your background to something extremely luxury feel of that Santorini vacation that you've been dying to. All of these small changes to your work area are going to, number 1, make you more excited to sit down and work, and number 2, just when you're having that second in the day, you're like, oh man, I'm getting a little tired here. You can look at these things or go take a little rest in your living room that you especially clean with the new blanket you got, to just take 5 minutes to reset. When you have these things available to you and you're not walking into your room that's messy or walking into the kitchen that's messy and saying, oh, I have to get to that too, but I have to get my work done first. If you're already speaking to those, if you're already taking care of that, if you're making sure your space is clean before you head into a week, you don't have to worry about those things. So when you are going to the bathroom, or you're going to lay down for 5 minutes, or you're going to make your 3rd coffee of the day, and all these spaces are clean because you took the time to do that over the weekend or whenever you could fit it in, you feel better. You don't feel that, I really have to get to that, but I don't have the time. You feel the energy is better. You're not taking that energy away. You're not feeling bad about yourself. You're not feeling like you don't have time for things because you already did it. You took the time to just do it. And I know in that moment when it creeps into your head that you should be doing it, or I really should put a load of laundry in on Sunday, or I really should scrub my shower down, I really should go get that blanket I had my eye on, I really should stock my fridge or order my groceries for the week. Just do it. I'm telling you, you will thank yourself later. So step number 3, organize or clean up your space around you. And step number 4, and the last step, is to change how we're thinking about this season. So I talked a lot about this in the beginning of dropping that shame around, you let the hustle go, but now all of a sudden you feel like you're hustling again. I just want you to be strong, and because I think this is the most important part, so that's why I'm bringing it up again and really making it a definitive and firm step here, is making sure you are recognizing that this truly is just a season, and that you have everything around you, the tools and the resources to figure out how to get yourself out of that. And the how will look different for everybody. Somebody's solution may be to adjust their schedule, adjust when they're working, waking up an hour earlier because now they're realizing it's a little bit quieter in the morning, or taking that time for themselves in the middle of the day so they don't feel resentful going into their afternoon work session. So for somebody else, that may be organizing folders on their computer, or figuring out a better organization system, or a better client flow system, or pre-planning social media posts. It will look different for everybody. And some people, and I highly recommend this if you are at the point in your business where you feel you could do this, is outsourcing where you can. I've just hired a copywriter to help me with some copywriting that I'm doing for my own business, some things for my clients, more to kind of look over those things and to help me make them sound even better. And it's the best decision I've ever made. We haven't started just yet, but literally just knowing that she is in my pocket and she is here to help me, I already feel extremely relieved. So if you haven't hired in your business yet and you're wondering if it's time to hire, feel free to reach out and we can chat about it in DMs. It's something I was very hesitant to. It was something that I was scared to do. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how I was going to possibly pause in my business to then hand over work, or how I was even going to do. I didn't know, but it was something I knew I needed to do. This time around, going into this busy season and now being in this busy season, yes, I have the resources to be able to outsource now, but I went into this season completely different than my last busy season, because I knew this time around that this was truly a season, that this is truly a temporary time period where, yes, I am busy. I am working very long hours. I am working weekends. I am working what feels like all the time, but I'm still in that mindset of knowing that this is just temporary, of I have all the tools and resources around me to figure this out, to make sure the season doesn't go any longer than I want it to be, to get myself organized enough to hand over work if the opportunity came to me. And to make sure, I will admit I didn't really do a good job of it this week, but to make sure that I have people around me to push me to take care of myself first, to put my walk in my schedule, to put myself first in the morning, to make sure I'm enjoying that cup of coffee in silence type of deal. Having those people around you, even if it's a virtual friend who's just checking in with you like, hey, did you get your walk in today? And you guys do that for each other. That support system is very, very crucial for me, because without that, I will just ignore myself. I just won't listen to myself. I won't listen to the things I need. So having those people around me is definitely beneficial. So that's kind of like step 4.5 is 4 is the mindset part of it, and just making sure you're recognizing that this truly is just a season and you've got all the tools and resources to get yourself out of that. And 4.5/5, I guess, is that support system and making sure you have people around you, even if they're virtual people, to support you during your busy season. Before I say goodbye for real, I just want to give you a hair update. So if you listened to the last episode, you know that the podcast is now officially being sponsored by the Real Style Exchange. They're your complete all-in-one boutique style, experience-driven beauty experts, and they'll help you from everything from external beauty to internal beauty. But I started using their Revlon magnet line specifically. So it's a 3-step process of a shampoo, a hair mask, and a daily shield spray that prevents smells or just pollution getting in your hair. So I've been using it for probably a little over a month, and I love it. My hair feels definitely very soft, definitely very clean, healthy, has a little extra sheen and shine to it. It feels better. I'm like a every 3 days wash my hair kind of person, and it doesn't feel like too greasy or dirty or heavy in between that time. But I love the daily shields. We do a little campfire action in the summertime, and I hate when that smell just gets stuck in your hair and you feel like you just have to shower right away. But for someone who only likes to wash my hair every 3-4 days, I definitely shower more than that. It just, you want to make sure you're feeling fresh in between those washes, and I definitely do. So highly recommend the product. If you use my code, which is down in the bio, you can get a little bit of a discount. Let me know if you end up using it. Let me know your thoughts on it. And with that, I will say my final goodbye for today's episode. Have a great day. Make it an on-brand day, and I will see you next time.